If you're in your 40s and tried to pursue your higher education for a long time but no success yet, believe me, you are just like me and you are in the right spot today. Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of the series It's Never Late, My Journey to Higher Education. My name is Animesh and I am here to share my journey, the challenges I faced, decision I had to take and how am I balancing it all. Without wasting any time, let's jump into the challenges. Today, we are going to talk about three important perspectives. First, the challenges I faced and what are the different perspectives of challenges for different people. Second, we are going to talk about how should you look at selecting your university and how you should select your courses. Without wasting any time, let's jump into the challenges. There are broadly three categories of challenges you have to face. First, financial challenges. If you are in your 40s and planning to resume your education for long, I assume you already have certain things in your mind for the financial perspective. In a summary, you have to take care of the expenses of your family, your kids, your parents. On top of that, you have to plan for the expenses in your education. In general, the education will be pursuing now will have some cost associated with it and you have to plan for that. There are many ways to look at that. I'll quickly go through the challenges I faced and how I addressed that, but the perspective might be different for different people. If you want me to address any other perspective, I will try to get information and cover in next video. Please let me know in the comment section. I am working in Canada for almost 10 years now and currently located in Ottawa. It's the capital city of Canada. Now, Ottawa comes under the province of Ontario. Now, Ontario province has its own way to sponsor education of its residents. It's called OSAP. It's Ontario Student Assistance Program. So you can apply for that. It can be a mix of grant plus loan. It can be loan or it can be only grant also based on your family income. Next, most of the Canadian employers actually sponsor education for their employees. So look at the options available for the organizations you're working for. There may be certain criteria like your performance for last 2-3 years to be eligible for that program, but it's worth a try. In general, there are two things that comes into picture on this kind of situation. First thing is like the company can sponsor 100%, 50% depending on what your company is going to approve. Second, you might need to have an agreement with your employer mentioning something like you are not going to leave the company in within 1 year or 2 years with an exit criteria. So I don't think it's a problem. It's very easy. If you are eligible, just go ahead and pursue that option. If you are a resident of Canada, there is one more option. If you have an RRSP, I think you can take out money for your education purpose from the RRSP also. That's one of the options, but check it out. I think from RRSP, you can take out on two situations. One is the first time homebuyer and the second situation is for education. There's a cap, but the cap is reasonable. There's a cap, but the cap is reasonably higher. For the international students, what I understand, once you have a study permit, you can work for 20 or 25 hours a week, and I think students do that, and that actually can help to sponsor your education in Canada. But if you want more details, I can cover this in one of the future videos. Next challenge is psychological and dealing with the dilemmas. Can I do it? Am I too old to do this? Taking care of my parents, my family, supporting education of my child. Can I do my study at the same time? Am I too old to pursue this now? Be sure of one thing. Age is just a number when it comes to education. The next and final group of challenges will be related to act of balancing. In general, you need to balance four categories of tasks. First, your work. Second, your family. Third, your study. Fourth, your social life. Address the challenges related to work. Basically, studying in parallel to work. Talk to your workplace for a little bit of flexibility, and most of the companies I know they support it. Second thing is select university, mode of study, and schedule, keeping in mind of your work schedule. So it's totally manageable. Regarding family, talk to your family members. I am very sure they are going to support you. Regarding study, you have to find out time to study. I am not sure if you are looking for other countries. The way in general the masters work in Canada, the more you spend time on your course, the more you learn. If you are looking for only to get a degree, most of the cases when you're coming back to education in your 40s, it might not be the case. It should be more of like what you want to learn. If that's the case, more the time you spend, more you learn. You'll be getting a lot of reference materials from the professors. They're really extensive and useful. If you can read them, the only way you can go through them is by spending time. So there is no alternate to spending time on your study. So schedule hours for your study. The way I do, I start very early, 5 or 5:30 every day, continue to study till 8:30 before I start my work. And same time you schedule hours at night, maybe late night and over the weekend. For me, if I have to sacrifice one thing quickly, I can do with my sleep. I was very much prepared for this phase, and sacrificing on sleep, it's working perfectly fine for me. I know that can have an health issue. I'm trying to minimize that, but at the same time, I'm totally ready to sacrifice a little bit of my sleep for the next 2 years. And the final one is balancing your social life. You have to sacrifice for sure if you want to continue study and you have to spend more time on study. As for example, you might need to reduce or restrict your travel a little bit over the weekends. Basically, as much as time you can save from other things you spend on study. So these are the all three different categories of challenges that you have to address, and I am very much sure if you are determined to pursue your higher education dream, they can be easily addressed or easily managed. Now, there are two more interesting things to talk about. First, how you choose your university. You should look at least 4 different criteria while choosing your university. First, university ranking. Second, course content you are looking for. Third, the schedule you are looking for. Fourth, the teaching mode you are looking for, online versus offline. Like for me, one of the major criteria for the university was the mode. I wanted to go for an in-person class. At the same time, the schedule has to support my work, so preferably evening classes. The final topic we're going to talk about today is the course selection. So there are 3 perspectives to look at the course selection. First, what you want to learn. Second, what can benefit in your job. And third, what can help you to change your career. As example, for me, coming back to education after 20 years, I didn't want to concentrate on job only. So my main focus was what I want to learn. Second, can the same thing little bit benefit in my job also? And third, can that help me to change my career in future? So this was the sequence of priority for me. So you look at all these parameters, assign weightage and calculate which one suits better your requirement. So if you look at that, the choice of your university and the choice of your course gets into an iterative loop. You have to look at that in a combined way. What I mean, so you have to look at that. So you need to consider both of them together. Striking the right balance among these 3 parameters is very important and it's very difficult. So you need to spend some time for sure to finalize your university and course. So start this planning as early as possible. Throughout this series, I am going to share my journey, real stories, experiences, challenges, and how do I navigate those challenges in my journey. As part of this journey, I will bring in experiences from my fellow students and their perspectives. Hope that will be helpful for you. If you have questions or if you want me to cover a particular subject in any of my future video, please drop a message in the comment section. Just remember, it's never late to learn something new. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.